Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show, training our horses and miniature cows in ranch versatility. Penning Rusty and Susie, our bull and heifer. Roping Rusty with Morgan horse, Semi. Training Eve to drive cart. Training Eve to work over her haunches with a motor cow simulator. Training Eve to lay down. Training Eve to harness, pull a log. Training Semi to harness, pull a log on turf. Liberty jumping to music with our horses who are our partners. Training Eve on a cow roping simulator. Training on our driveway, which is covered by sand, so we have a straight track. Stepping over poles, jumping over crossbar jumps. Training in our trail obstacles course. Sadie doing obstacles without rein control. Training miniature zebu bull Rusty to pull an implement. Sadie and Alexis review bridleless riding exercises.
A group of us in the Morgan world are going to promote this kind of riding. We will show you starting today how you get there, and we are using Clinton Anderson's program of bridleless riding, which we've done before, but we're going to review today with Sadie, not only for you, but for Sadie's sake, and for Alexis, who's riding Sadie, because Alexis has never done it.
Walk.
Now you see that Alexis has arm extensions in her hand, white arm extensions that are quite visible. And she does have the snaffle bit and the yacht rope reins on Sadie's mouth, but we're trying not to use it. Now Alexis is doing some pretty challenging moves right now. Clinton Anderson suggests to first start by using the fence on one side, so you only have to visual block the other side. And what you do is you use the arm extensions.
Walk.
If the horse does not ride this straight line of the fence without the reins, you use the arm extensions to provide a visual block. And Alexis is doing some pretty challenging moves even along the fence right now. She's looking where she wants to go. She finds that she gets quite good compliance from Sadie by just looking. Now we're having a speed up problem that's totally expected, and Alexis is going to allow Sadie to make that mistake and then correct her by applying pressure in such a way, whether it be with reins or voice or visual block, to explain to Sadie that she's giving us the wrong answer.
Back.
Okay, Alexis, let's just go back to kindergarten, even preschool, and walk Sadie along the fence in one direction, all the way around the fence. If she's doing that really well, you're just going to change direction, do it the other direction.
Just around the perimeter?
Just around the perimeter. That's preschool. Kindergarten.
It's this side she's got some resistance to.
Absolutely. We expect it to be easier on one side than on the other. We go deep into the corners. As soon as you get to the corner, you look in the direction that you want to go. That's right, that visual block to help Sadie understand She's going all the way to the corner. Then you look where you want to go.
I've been kind of exaggerating the looking.
Yes.
Really making the movements. I just exaggerated so that we can kind of like refine them as we go. But for now.
Absolutely. Okay, and that kind of problem, yes, you may have to lift the reins.
Maybe.
Right here, there's misunderstanding. Careful now that those reins got caught to the post. Okay, all right.
She likes to pace this fence, that's why.
We're not quite ready to go into the middle of the arena if we can't do it on the straightaway along the fence. This is one small step at a time, as I always do my training, to make sure the prerequisite skills are there as we aim for our learning goals. There you go. Yes, you see now, as soon as Sadie gives the right answer, the visual block comes up. Okay. Don't leave it there, otherwise she won't realize she's giving you the right answer. Very nice. And now we're going along the short width of the fence. Alexis is having to look toward the west, toward the fence. She gave Sadie the visual block. Now she's going to go into the corner. And then, yes. And we're getting good speed control right now. Now, let's turn around and go, whoops, a little too soon.
The thing that's kind of awkward about these is I can't quite pick up the reins quick enough to correct her.
Yes, I understand. But I don't know any other easier way to do it. This is, in Clinton Anderson's lessons, it was like a 2 or 3 part series. It was the only series on RFD that I saw about this kind of writing. Bridleless writing, we call it. Good.
Anticipate her getting stuck in this corner and ask her to turn.
All right. That is one way, yes, one way to deal with a potential problem. Anticipate and keep it from happening. Another way is let it happen, but immediately give feedback to explain that it is the wrong answer.
I'm going to ask her to turn now.
Okay, and go the other direction. Very nice. Necessary to bring the white stick down. I mean, this can go on for weeks.
Yeah.
See what happens at this corner?
You think of it, could you ask Ed to trim that?
I will. We've got to trim some low branches here.
Good girl.
There was leg pressure there. There was visual block to ask for lateral movement. We're just trying to give you the basics today, and we'll show you our progress as we continue to repeat our requests and get better answers. Nice. Now, once you have mastered the fence line, then the next challenge is the diagonal. So let's at least try it in each direction once. We know we're not quite ready, but let's see what happens. So Alexis brought the stick down to show Sadie that she is going now across the diagonal. Her speeding up is totally, like I said, anticipated. Yes, yes. And when you get to the other corner, straight ahead of you, turn and come this way. And then we're going to show one more exercise that we're going to be working with Sadie on, especially reinlessly or bridlelessly. And we're just going to show you how it's going to work. Craig Cameron happened to do it yesterday on RFD TV. And when I see a good training technique, I usually try to use it and see if it works and who it works for. Nice, nice. Now see if you can lower when you're ready.
Good girl. I'm going to try and stop her in the middle over there.
Yes, okay. And we're, of course, going to eventually hope that we're going to get rows without pulling on the reins at all, without even having reins in our hand.
Hey. Whoa.
Okay. We have fun doing this.
She does do it.
Yes.
Not this time, of course.
You want to turn around and try again coming this way?
Back. I wanted to be clear, too, that I'm asking her with my leg before I bring the visual block down.
Yes.
So she always has that first. And
absolutely, yes.
You know, give her a chance to... Whoa. Whoa. give her a chance to do the other way that I was working. Like when I'm warming her up and stuff, I'm still kind of working on the reinless riding, and I just wanted to show how I was doing that without the
visual blocks. That's very good. Let's see it. There's more than one way.
I'm still kind of confused by the visual blocks, and the reason is because I feel like it's just one more thing to learn. Like that's something. Like they need to learn to turn using those or something, and then translate that to without them. And then so what I've been doing is, I mean, I'll ask first with my leg, and then if she doesn't respond, then I'll use the rein, so that she eventually just gets, that we're looking for a leg and not, so I'll have the reins like pretty loose, and I mean she'll turn pretty good, like I've been really exaggerating, like I said, the turn of my head, so like the whole body kind of follows, and she can feel that weight shift for sure. And so I'll go maybe to neck rein first if I'm not getting what I'm looking for, and then I'll go to direct rein. Like she's kind of hung up in that corner still, so I kind of pull it out of it, but and then whoa. So yeah, I just wanted to share that.
Absolutely. Dennis Rees calls that process escalation of aids. You're going to use as few or as many aids as you need to get the job done.
And it just gets more and more refined as you...
Yes, absolutely.
And eventually I probably won't have to use leg at all. I'll just use...
Exactly. Just your body language, right? Just looking where you want to go. In order to continue to learn the spin, and we don't want to do a real fast spin. We don't want to do 2, 3, and 4 spins. We want to do one good 360 properly. We're going to do something that Craig Cameron suggested yesterday on RFD. First, you're going to do a railroad track circle around that cone.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, just around where her back legs follow her front legs.
Okay.
And you can use your reins. Eventually, we're going to be able to do this reinlessly, similar to the way Lisa Horning is able to do it with her Morgan horse, her beautiful stallion, and I will be showing clips of that shortly on this show. She has no reins on her horse when she does her spin. Only a neck strap for now, and eventually wants to get rid of the neck strap. That's good. Very good. So she's so good at flexing around that cone that I would say we've probably done our homework in that department. Now what I'd like you to do is go to the corner of
walk into it?
Yes, of that panel and my white vinyl fence, and do a railroad track circle using the corner as your outer rim. As small as you can. Yes, that's right. It's your guide. Right. Now, keep her going forward. Motion. Impulsion is the most important aspect of this. Eventually, yes, if you make them smaller and smaller, then even just for a split second, stop, see what she does with her front legs. Yes, perfect. And yes, and then walk out. It's very important to walk out of the spin exercise so that the horse understands that this is all forward motion, no backward motion whatsoever. And we have this panel now hanging on my fence. It's easily pulled out to make this corner. Keep going. We want that front right to step over the front left when she plants her. Yes, plants her back feet. Yes. And okay, she did one step over, and it's perfectly fine to do one, maybe several times, then 2, then get halfway around, then get 360. Let's try it in each direction one more time now that you understand, Alexis, what the plan is, and then it's going to take repetition, reward, and acknowledgement for the wrong answer. We eventually will do this at the jog too. Smaller and smaller until she steps over with that left front. She didn't quite step over.
I'll do that direction again, maybe.
We need that forward impulsion in the lateral direction is the way I like to say it. And that there's a lot of neck reining cues involved in this. And you want that slight arc of the neck, but you don't want the shoulder to fall in or the ribs to fall in. Yes, that was a slight step over of the left over the right front, and walk out. And now we've shown everybody and I think explained to you what the exercise is. And it's almost summertime. We're going to be doing all of these prerequisite skills on a regular basis now with each of my horses. It will get so, yes, nice. It will get so, no reins will be necessary, and we're going to be able to do it as fast or as often as we want, but really for ranch horse versatility, one time around, in my opinion, is what I would like to aim for, because that's a useful maneuver.
Would you like to see another way that I learned to do?
Yes,
it's kind
absolutely.
of similar. It's kind of similar. It was, instead of, well, there's like going in circles too, without that. But also, remember I learned you can do like quarter turns. So you ask them for a step back and then walk out of that.
Yes.
And then eventually it gets to a 180 and then all the way.
Yes. Now the only problem with that is that backward motion could result in the front leg stepping behind the back leg, the other leg.
Right.
Right. So we need to make them understand that, in fact, the correct way is the outside leg over the inside leg, keeping the frame straight between your legs and your hands. And a slight arc, you want to see the outside of her inside eyeball, not
that's why the circle's
shoulder
nice.
falling in.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's what our plan is for Sadie, and then we're going to do it with Semi and Eve as well, and we'll show you our progress. Goodbye for now, Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl. Thank you, Sadie, my darling little 3-year-old, and thank you, Alexis, who's very handy and knows Sadie very well. Today's another session with Sadie. Alexis aboard. We're going to remind Sadie a little bit more about bridleless riding using the arm extensions. We've been warming Sadie up. She's taking transitions really nicely. You can see that Alexis is not using the arm extensions until she asks for something different from Sadie, and only if she needs them. This is called escalation of aids. Mostly Alexis is using body language and focus to ask Sadie to move in a certain direction, and actually it's beautiful. Everything seems to be flowing very nicely. As you can see, we're past the stage even of needing the fence to keep Sadie straight on one side. Alexis is able to move her into the middle of the arena.
Whoa.
And now the whoa, that's really the hard part. Okay, so Alexis did pick up her rein for just a moment. Now yesterday, let me explain this. Rosie, who has ridden Semi, my 6-year-old, months ago, picked up the arm extensions, put the reins down on Semi's neck and on the horn of the saddle, and said, okay, now Semi, let's do the things we used to do. Of course, it was a little bit rough at first. Semi didn't remember everything that Rosie was asking Semi to do with just body language, voice command, and arm extensions. So Rosie just escalated each of those aids.
Whoa.
Yes, right. Even a little bop on the head, if she at first gets upset, that's understandable. And even once yesterday, Semi just started trying to get away from the sticks and started going to the middle of the arena when in fact Rosie was asking for a whoa. So it's just a matter of repetition, patience, persistence. We're going to see if we can get the message across to Sadie. Yes, without picking up the reins. Very nice, and she gets reward. Yes. We actually yesterday, Alexis, we actually did some successful spins with Semi yesterday with no reins.
Nice.
Now, we started that exercise by having Rosie ask Semi to make smaller and smaller circles in the middle of the arena, away from the fences, away from the camera, with these sticks, the arm extensions only. So let's do that exercise with Sadie and see how well we can do it at this point. This is almost just a prerequisite, a pretest of what do we need to work on to be able to ride Sadie comfortably and safely, bridlelessly. Yes, good. Now, good. And you're feeling like you need to leave the right stick there, right? But you see, eventually that stick will, her response to that stick will become numb. So if she's in the small circle, that's it. That's it. Drop the aid until you need it again. It means much more. Yes. 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 Oh my goodness, yes. Nice small circles. As a matter of fact, what we noticed that Semi started doing, which was exactly what Ken McNabb says will happen in his DVD about training for the spin, is that the horse will elect to start pivoting over the back legs. The smaller the circle gets.
It's easier.
Because it's easier for them. They'll always take the easy route out. So our objective here is using our arm extensions like you are. Yes, and your focus, good. See how Alexis is looking in the direction. Exaggerated look in the direction she wants to go. Bring the sticks down when she's getting Sadie to go in the direction, in the lateral direction she wants her to. Bring them back up. Even tap her, remember, on the nose. Very lightly. It's kind of like the way you tickle with your spurs. Very lightly. And then we're working in the arena today for safety reasons. We eventually, though, want to come out onto our straight tracks and ask our horses to do bridleless riding with poles, with cavaletti jumps, and so forth. Yes. Always safety is number one. Small steps can help guarantee safety. Know that you've achieved your prerequisite skills, and then move on to the next step. And that's what you're seeing us do today with Sadie. If we can just get some small railroad track circles today, even if she doesn't pivot over her back legs, without picking up the reins, we're well on our way.
Do you want me to keep going on that exercise? Or?
Yes. Well, you know what? I think for the sake of clarifying to Sadie, just hand me the sticks and let's go back into the center of the circle and do the railroad track circles with your slight rein, and let's see if we can get the pivot.
Good.
Then we'll go back in our near future sessions to do it without reins. But let's get it first with the aid of reins. Almost. She's still moving her back legs, though. Almost. Yes, she did. She crossed over with the right rear. Yes. Okay, now, if you were to continue, she would start moving her back legs, which means she would be bottle topping. It was good that you stopped. Always, when you feel that you've gotten your objective, keep forward. Yes, keep forward impulsion. Keep going, and even if you have to go out of the circle, keep that forward impulsion. We do not want her to stop. We want her to keep going forward, preferably in the lateral direction, but for training purposes in the forward direction. Yes, good, and walk out. That's what we're going to do a lot of. And you need to start thinking, Alexis, about your cues. What you're going to cue her, how you're going to cue her when you want her to spin, so that you can use the least number of cues as you can. The reiners, each one has their own cue for their horses, and it's not even perceptible to the audience. Okay, goodbye for now. Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl. Thank you, Alexis, and thank you, Sadie.
Using the Cable Cow Simulator, Alexis practices cow work on Sadie, using a Moselle with neck reining.
That was a confusion on my part, but you know what? Cattle do that all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Sadie just realized, and you just realized. Good. All right. I'm going to give her a little bit more challenging. I'll slow down if she doesn't go with it. Nice. Nice movement. Nice parallel. Nice 180. much better than what she did last year, which just televised a few days ago, and it made me think, oh, we've got to go on. Okay, now she's leaking a little forward, right? So I'm going to stop the cow at 180. If she stops at 90, start correcting instantaneously. Better?
That was good.
Better?
Oh.
Good?
Good.
Now I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to move again. See, she has to realize that she can't be sleeping. Better? Good. Good.
Oh.
See if you can pick up a jog. I'll give you a long run. Yes!
Oh.
Yes! See if we can stop in the middle now without her getting stressed.
Oh.
Back again. Short run. Yes, back again. Short run. They love these short runs. Oh, unless they get stressed. Not only did she get stressed, she got distracted because somebody's walking up behind her. That's okay. We need to make her realize that her object of focus here is right here and not anywhere else around us. Remember, this is an urban-rural setting, so we have to deal with all different kinds of distractions. Okay, let's go. Let's get locked on again. Let's try a jog again. A little bit behind.
A little behind, yeah.
She's beginning to realize, you can see the stress in her movements, that she's beginning to realize that this is not just something she's going to sleep through. Good, good. A little bit of a tickle with the spur.
Oh.
I slowed down because, no, she started to U-turn. We want movement over the haunches. That's the only way a cow horse is going to stay up with a cow. A little bit too much forward. Okay, I stopped.
All right, that was my fault, I think.
Remember, this is a training aid. You can stop it when you need to. See if you can get a jog all the way back here. And then if you do, as soon as I stop and she stops, I'm going to go back into the middle and stop. And if we get good stops, we'll say that's all for today.
Okay. Good girl. Oh.
Good, good.
That was nice.
I kind of, yes, as the exercycle operator, I have to watch both movements at the same time. And I have to be totally aware of how the cow is moving and whether the horse is following. If not, for learning purposes, I have to adjust the movement. But that was perfect for an interim success objective, and Sadie is learning how to be a cow horse. Goodbye for now, Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl.
Shadrack Stables at Minmore Farms. Sadie and Eve. Sammy, Rusty, and Susie. www.thesokolows.com